Hi everyone, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon whenever you're watching this. So, it's been a very long time since I've made any Pokemon related content other than playing the Pokemon TCG live. We recently got to Arceus on that app, and it was a very fun deck to try out. I actually built it in real life too. The deck I was using was a Dragapult EX deck. And I took it to locals and I didn't do so well with it. However, it was really fun piloting that deck all the way to Arceus rank, the highest rank in the ladder and competitive online. So, with that being said, our video today is related to Pokemon. We were able to find some Journey Together out in the wild. So we have 2 Journey Together booster packs. I got these at MSRP. And they had a ton of them, and the store I went to, sometimes they do have limits, sometimes they don't. This one unfortunately did not have any limits. You're probably wondering, why am I saying unfortunately that they didn't have any limits? Aren't limits going to be a bad thing? No, actually putting limits on these being purchased is a good thing right now, because if you tune into any of the things on social media, on Twitter, on YouTube, you'll see countless posts of people just buying the whole thing of product and then selling it at an insane markup at 2 times or even 3 times MSRP, which is the retail price that it should be set at. So packs should be around like $4 or $5 each. Your booster boxes, those run around 160 each. They used to be around 110, 120. A few years ago during Paldea Evolved and just the earlier sets of Scarlet and Violet, those were like 120 each, if I remember correctly. And your ETBs are supposed to be around like 50 or 60 bucks, but what you see online, there are people selling it for like 200 bucks or 150 or 140. Especially with Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic Evolutions had a lot of difficulties with stock, and then also just these crazy buyouts. And there's even things at Costco where you had people fighting over Pokemon cards. They're fighting over cardboard, so that's all just like very toxic. And we can't we can't control everyone, but we could do our best to make sure we're treating everyone with decency and respect, especially when it comes to hobbies. We need to make sure this is a welcoming community, this is a welcoming hobby, this is very inclusive, and everyone gets to enjoy Pokemon at the end of the day. And we got to make it as fair as possible for everyone. So whether that be if you're a card collector or you play the actual TCG like I do, or you play TCG Pocket, that's another new app that they released. It's kind of like TCG Lite, but then it's introducing a lot of new people to the game. Whether you collect the cards or use them for the actual battling and building decks, I just urge all of you in the community to continue just showing decency and respect to especially the retail workers who are unfortunately caught into this kerfluffle here with some of the fights with customers and fights between customers too, which is very saddening to hear about each time you go on Twitter and then you go online on YouTube or on Reddit. There's people just buying out the entire stock and then they're reselling it. There's a ton of scalpers right now in the TCG, so the best thing to do is just make sure to buy at MSRP or lower, and then just remember, it's always going to be cheaper to buy the cards you want instead of buying the packs themselves, so that could save you a lot of money. Just using your wallet smart, voting with your wallet, that's a good thing too. Scalpers and resellers will try to cause this FOMO, so don't give into FOMO with anything. That's a good point there. Don't go into FOMO, and eventually everyone will get Pokemon, and as a community we need to make sure everyone's safe, everyone's able to experience the community with this mindset of they're going to be treated with dignity and respect, and this extends to, again, the retail workers and others in the community, because we want to make this place as least toxic as possible. We don't want any of these scalper or hoarding mindsets to ruin the fun for everyone else, including the kids who are looking for the Pokemon cards just to collect them, and they're starting out their collections. As a kid, I remember looking for packs and stuff, and it was always a joy, like being able to collect cards of the ones I wanted. And I started playing the TCG back in Sun and Moon, I believe. I think that's when I started, but I took a break. And then the community has always been this space of welcome for newcomers, and then those who collect and those who trade. But in recent days, unfortunately, there's been some pushback and some toxicity online because of all the resellers and scalping, as well as just some really, really bad scenes of violence that you see online between Costco's or in between other stores that carry Pokemon cards. Some places are putting limits on purchase, which is a good thing. Again, limit one per customer. I think that's going to make sure everyone gets a fair shot, so a lot of more people could enjoy the Pokemon cards and this hobby. And there's also some retailers or sellers that just aren't selling Pokemon cards anymore, and I think my response to that will be that it's good that they're putting the safety of their customers and the retail workers first, other than just carrying cards and causing all these like toxic events from happening. Okay, so basically too long didn't read. Just please be decent to others in the community. Say no to scalping and vote with your wallets, as well as just always be respectful. We need to make sure our community. Let's have this Pokemon community the most respectful thing on the planet, the most respectful, the most welcoming group of people. This fandom as the most like welcoming, most diverse, and most open in all the different fandoms of all the video game franchises. That would be great. And the Pokemon community has always followed up on that, and I am very optimistic to see that continue. So, without further ado, let's open some Pokemon packs. We got 2 Journey Together. I already opened one of the sleeves, and again, these were both MSRP, so we were able to save a little bit of money. Even though it was at MSRP, that's better than nothing. Okay, so I'm going to just open this with that. And I forgot the card rule, so we're just going to open it going one at a time. So first one is, if the camera stops acting up, this is a Black Belts Training. An Iono Voltorb, or a Oricorio from the Alola region. It's based off of the Hawaiian Honey Creepers. There's a Purloin, and this Purloin. Sorry about the camera, I don't know why it's so blurry. This is a Grimmsnarl. Let's read off of it. Oh, we got Ends PP up. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we got the Ends PP up. We have Pelipper, Milcery as a foil, Combuskin as a foil. That is an Iono Kilowattrel as the holofoil. I actually played some of these in the pre-release. Then our energy is Lightning Energy, also known as Electric Energy if you play the Pokemon games. Okay, our next one, pack number 2, and our final pack of today's opening. Usually I don't do card openings anymore. This is so cool to finally do it again. The last time I opened was, of course, in the pre-release for this set, and just being able to open them again, it's been a joy. Again, I urge everyone to just keep searching and just have some decency and respect when you do find some packs out in the wild or something like that. Make sure to just leave some for the others who might be looking for some, and then also adhere to all the limits. And then if the retail workers don't have any, or they're saying no, we don't want to sell you any, or we don't sell them anymore, please just be respectful to them as well. Always just treat them with the utmost respect. Okay, so pack number 2, we have a Morgrim, Bombardier, that's the Galarian Stunfisk, Parasect, Super Potion, this is Hop from Sword and Shield. Oops. Oh, a Bayonet. This one I've tried playing with online, so its first attack for 1 Psychic Energy, you basically shuffle 3 cards in the opponent's hand back into their deck. So you could combine this with Zerazik, where they're going to be left with 3 cards, and then you use your Bayonet here, and then they have 0 cards in their hand. coming next turn. If they do pull a card, of course, at the start of each turn, they'll have one card, but then sometimes that could really stall them if it isn't something that they can play immediately. And we have Ends Cramorant. Okay, so this one is pretty funny too. At pre-release, someone ran a deck which was just Ends Cramorant as the single Pokemon, as the only Pokemon in the 40-card deck at a pre-release, and then the rest of their deck was like all these energies, and then maybe 2 Hops Choice Belt or something like that. It was something really interesting. Oh shoot, we got the, what's this? This is the Ionos Kilowattrel. So actually we got 2 of these ones. Not only 2, we have some from the pre-release, I think. We got 2 from the pre-release, so we have a whopping 4 of them. I think this one's going in a sleeve. Oh my. Okay, that one's going in a sleeve. What's she eating? Oh, she's eating a mini sandwich, if you could see. Sorry again that the camera quality isn't that good. I haven't filmed with my iPad in a long time, other than doing music stuff with it. But yeah, we got the Iono eating a sandwich next to a giant frigate bird that has lightning powers. That's what this Kilowattrel is based off of. It's based off of like the Storm Petrel, all those seabirds. It kind of looks like a frigate bird, and frigate birds, if you see them, look up on YouTube the frigate bird like display when it's trying to attract females. What it does, it has this like red throat sac, and then they'll puff up this red throat sac, and then the males will sometimes like kind of body slam the other males with their giant red throat sac. That's a frigate bird, and yeah, that's just the bird nerd in me speaking. I really like ornithology, and whenever they have a bird Pokemon, I think it's kind of cool to dive into like the real life species or the inspiration of it, because a lot of birds in the Pokemon world have insane like inspirations from these different like very unique species like frigate bird, and yeah. Very cool card. Okay, let's see what our last one was. It's a Meowscarada. Okay, and our energy. Oh, we have another lightning energy too. Okay, so that was like perfect. We have some electric type Pokemon, and then we got some lightning energy. I think I see a system here. You know, connection. Feeling a connection with these cards. Okay, this is going to go into a sleeve. And yeah, that's that. Thanks so much for tuning in. And once again, I hope everyone's doing well and all of you are staying safe. Please tune in next time for more Pokemon content or more music content. I make both of those. And I found these at Dollar Tree, so please check your local Dollar Trees or your, you know, sometimes you get lucky with a Walmart restock every now and then, or if best, always just buy the singular cards that you need. You'll save a ton of money. Believe me, throughout these last couple of months, I've built so many decks and collected so many of those art cards and stuff like that just from buying the singular cards. It saves such a high amount of money when you're building decks and you just buy the cards individually. So yeah, alrighty, thanks so much for tuning in, everyone, and please have a good rest of the day. And also, do something nice for someone. I always add that stinger in there. Please do something nice for someone. All right, take care, everyone. Thanks so much.